made a decision how I'm gonna call this series because it's just stupid to be like vlog whatever. My goal with this is to build an online business. In this work, it's more important like what you deliver. Money will be the reflection of what you actually, on how you actually deliver the things that you know. Now, obviously, the technical part I know in terms of how to do certain things. The scalability thing, and of course, doing all of this online. Something new to me. That's what we're gonna work on. That's what I'm gonna figure out. I'm gonna move the needle as much as I can. First goal will be 100 clients. I'm gonna try to show what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and hopefully that can even passively help you guys. That was a session number 1. I have 2 more to go. And then later on at night. Usually my schedule is like that I work 3-4 sessions in the morning and then the rest of it is at night. Although I hate those night sessions, as I was saying. Obviously the practical knowledge is there when it comes to PTing. However, I do think that in person and online is much different. Like it's very different in terms of approach, even the type of people that are going for it, but I don't think it's any less effective than in-person training. Even though I would like to keep in person, till some level, I think just the scalability and the freedom of space and time with online is unmatchable. Alright, that was session number 2. It's daylight, finally. But yeah, look at this place. It's stunning. Private mall in the beach of the residence. I guess there are some perks, to doing in-person training, of course. I mean, other than meeting person. There are some nice places that you go to. Gyms are not that ideal because they're usually small, like a building gyms, but they do the job. It's about the trainer, not about the gym. No, I'm joking. I'm off to session number 3. So the goal will be to kind of escape 9 to 5, even though I'm not really into 9 to 5. Like my job is more flexible and I do determine my own time. What I mean by it is, I'm still training my time for money and you can just earn as much. Obviously you can keep increasing the price and stuff like that, but I think the one thing that I value more than anything is that the flexibility of place and time. And I'm not saying it's going to be easier than doing 9 to 5. Quite oppositely, I think it's going to be much tougher. You can run your own business and it's just a different system to what I'm used to what I know. It's not even fairly similar to what I'm doing right now. Different profile of people as well. I would like to keep doing like in-person to some level, but not fully depend on it, because I still love this and I've been doing this for 7 years now. There's a part of me that really loves this. So I really want to keep doing it, but I do want to be flexible on time and on the place where I'm working from. And I'm not looking for some digital nomading, I don't know what. I just want to, I want to have my office wherever. That's pretty much it. That's the idea behind it. The systems that I use to track everything. I'm a big fan of keeping things as simple as possible. So I do have some kind of standards that I want to keep. 10,000 steps, 3 to 4 workouts a week, and then cardio if needed. As for the nutrition, look, there is no easy way. There is no, okay, I'm gonna eat whatever I want and look my best. No, it doesn't work like that. It works on a principle where you have to follow some things and that gives you flexibility for other things. I made my own MyFitnessPal where I input food that people send me. Obviously some are from the internet, some are what people send me. It just makes things easier, and then what I do, I count it on a weekly basis. So let's say if a person is to consume 2,000 calories a day, that's 14,000 calories a week, and it wants some flexibility over the weekend. You would adjust calories so that person still is in a calorie deficit, still loses the weight, right? But have some flexibility in terms of eating out once a week or stuff like that. We can call it a cheat meal, but I don't like to call it a cheat meal because it's not a cheat meal, it's just part of your diet, part of your nutrition, right? There is 2 nutrition that you get. First one is on training days, second one is on non-training days. Now this can be different depending on the level of where you're at, or depending on the level of flexibility you want. It can be different. So what basically means is that on non-training days we would lower carbs, and on our training days we will have some higher carbs, especially before and after training. That will obviously create first slightly bigger calorie deficit on those days, but then give you more space to eat out on the weekends without any trouble. For example, if a person is to eat 14,000 calories a day, 2,000 calories 4 days a week, and the last 2 days will be around 200 less, that would give 400 extra calories on the weekend, where we would combine that with the, let's say, 2 last meals. So that gives person a flexibility of 1,500 calories. How much is that? That's basically a pizza, or I don't know, it can be a whatever burger, or even if you go slightly above, it's not a big deal as long as you keep that one meal. That's how I do it. I like to eat out on the weekends sometimes. I don't drink usually, but that can be combined as well, Not ideal, I'm not gonna lie, but it can be combined. I do try to keep it as clean as possible. Not always it has to be, it can be a shit food. I like sweet, so it can be sweet, you know. So either or. Disclaimer, okay? It's not gonna be always perfect. Most of the time, it's a trial and error thing. Problems can go deeper than just calorie deficit, and that does require a bit more work on it. You know, it can be an insulin resistance, it can be Hashimoto, or maybe some digestive problems and stuff like that. That's where things that you eat matter, and at that point, I would definitely avoid cheat meals and mainly focus on resolving the problem. But that does require elite knowledge of nutrition, of the how body and digestive system works. Again, if you want to lose weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit. If you want to have some flexibility, you need to plan for it. It's not just, okay, I'm gonna do it. Yes, it's hard, I know, but it is what it is. If it was easy, it wouldn't be for everybody. Not everybody would do it. You have to count for it, you have to plan for it, and then you're all good. If you want to go the other way and you want to go hard lock in, you can do that as well. However, I do not recommend that. Very small amount of people would go all in and not fail. And not because they are weak, it's because we are humans. That's how it works. So I would definitely go with that kind of approach where you have flexibility either on a daily basis or once or twice a week, right? Of course, if you want more in-depth work, you can make a video about that. Or if you want to work with me, you know what to do.